Hey, what's up you guys, it's me Sparxxyy and welcome back to another episode of Cooper Q&A. Been a long time since I last done a Cooper Q&A and I'm really sorry about that, and I need to adjust my camera. So I'm really sorry that I actually haven't done a video in a really long time as well. Life has been crazy busy this last week and this last month really. For those of you who do not follow me on my social media, which you totally should, at Sparxxyy. That's my Twitter handle, so you should follow that. This last month has been pretty crazy, especially this last week. Last week I finished college, so I had a lot of work to do. My 19th birthday was last Sunday. Today is Sunday the 7th. So my birthday was a week ago today, so there's that. And because of the crazy week I've had with college finishing and stuff, I just wanted the week to rest. But not only have I been doing that, I also have a part-time job, so I was just working a lot, you know, trying to earn that coin, you know what I'm saying, you know, need to get that money, cash money, you know, adulting, great. But I'm back with Cooper Q&A. I don't actually remember the questions I got asked, so I'm gonna grab my laptop, hang on. I has obtained the laptop. Anyway, so if you do not know what Cooper Q&A is, basically Cooper Q&A is the video series I do where you guys where you guys ask me your Sly Cooper related questions and I answer them. Just to put out there, I don't work for Sanzaru or Sly Cooper. I'm just a regular British 19-year-old girl who is a fan of Sly Cooper and just likes to find a way to talk about it, and this is just my personal opinions on the things you guys ask me. If you'd like to ask me a question for Cooper Q&A, just leave your question. I can't talk English today. You know what's ingrained in my head? I'll take an email for your receipt. Would you like a bag? Perks of working in retail. If you'd like to ask me a Sly Cooper related question, just put your question down on any Cooper Q&A video and I will answer it in the next Cooper Q&A if it's not already been answered. I am just logging into my laptop. Okay, first question today is from Kbab. If you could wake up tomorrow as either Dimitri or Mugshot, which one would you choose? Obviously Mugshot, because I would never have to go to the gym. I know that Mugshot is like really big and hefty, and Dimitri's just a really cool disco loving guy. But honestly, I would choose Mugshot. Just, you know, because I got bullied a lot in school for being, you know, skinny and weak and like flimsy as hell, technically by other girls. So yeah, I just like to be buff for a little while and just be like, yeah, I'm not a twig anymore. Next question is from Nensilib. If I pronounce any of your guys' names wrong, I'm so sorry. What's your favourite track on Sly 3 OST? I'm gonna have to say, oh, what is it called? I'll have to say it's either A Cold Alliance, like the Hub World, that one, the soundtrack for that, or the Flight Club song that plays in the first mission in Flight Fancy. I really like those two. I find them just really chill, and I like the whole Japanese Chinese-ish vibe of that, and like I just loved Panda King's vibe and all the music that played in all of these levels in Sly 1, so the fact that they sort of brought that back in Sly 3 was really cool. But I also liked the Flight Pilot Club music as well, that was really cool. Next question is from Cole. If Sandy, I need to take a nap. Sony handed the rights to Sly Cooper over to you, what's the first thing you would make? Probably Sly 5. Sly 5 TV show, but if we're talking realistically, you mean in the game, I'm gonna have to say like a multiplayer mode, but like something that's more online, so you can do like online matches of what was sort of in Sly 3, but that was local multiplayer, so like 2 people. But I would do like online multiplayer so that you could like search online, kind of like how you do in Call of Duty, so like find a match online and then you just like play with other people. I would do that for like Sly 3, but with like mini games. That'd be really fun, and you could like level up and stuff like that. That would be cool, like if they implemented something like that. So I'd probably do that and try and just be different. That would be cool. Next question is from my good friend Dubs. What has been longer? The wait for a new Sparxxyy video or the wait for a new Sly Cooper game? You know, it's getting pretty close, can't lie, you know. Sly 3, Sly 4, how long's that been? 6 years? Yeah, let's just hope I don't do that one day and not upload for 6 years. Okay, next question is quite a long question, but you know, I'll obviously answer it. This question is from Wave Knight. So after that disaster of a 4th game, disaster is maybe not the word, but you know what I mean, do you think that it's a good idea to continue on the story from Sly 4? Secret ending revealed that it was going to be more about time travel, but after Sly 4 and its problems with the story having holes regarding the time travel, is it a good idea to continue on this? What do you think? Honestly, I don't think that the Sly 4 story was actually that bad.
What? What the fuck?
I mean, that was from my 14-year-old perspective. I mean, now that I've sort of learned what makes a game good, I think that Sly 4 was very much fan service because obviously everybody wanted to know about the ancestors. So I think it could have been a lot worse, but it also could have been a lot better. I think I would have... So I would have to say that, yeah, I would continue on the story for Sly 4, because imagine if they made a Sly 5 and it had nothing to do with Sly 4. I mean, in order to play, like, say, Sly 3, you'll have to know what had happened in Sly 1 and 2, because otherwise you'll just be very, very confused, like, why is Bentley in a wheelchair, you know, kind of thing. So, yeah, like, I would have to say that, yeah, they would have to do that, and I think that the time travel is just a very good idea. And it gives us a lot more ideas because there was a lot more ancestors to show in Sly 4 than there was, if that makes sense. You know, they missed out ancestors such as like Slay, they replaced him with Bob, and ancestors such as like Henriette, One-Eye Cooper, and like Thaddeus, you know, they forgot all of them. So, but I guess it was kind of hard to make a storyline on them because obviously like Ryoichi and like Tennessee were like the main, you know, and like Salim, they were like the main Coopers or something. And it'd be cool to play as Sly's dad as well, so Sly could maybe go back in time, try and save his dad or something, or his parents, I don't know. But that would be pretty cool if they continued on the story from Sly 4. I think they could do a lot of good things with it, just as long as they don't put in as many plot holes. I do have to replay the Sly games because I've completely forgotten, really. I remember what's happened, but I never put my direct judgment on them, so now that I'm not like fangirl obsessed with them, I can probably look at them from a more realistic point of view and like not let my love and nostalgia get in the way because I've, you know, kind of grown up since then. So I think I would be able to do that. But to answer your questions, I think that yes, they should continue on the story in Sly 5 from Sly 4 because then it would make no sense, and then Sly 4 would just become even worse because it was just like a massive plot hole if they didn't continue on the story. So, and also it tortures us because we want to know what happened. Today we got 2 questions from Alaphilly, so these are the next 2 questions. Which mission do you hate or struggle with the most out of all the games? This is the first one. I can name a few. One of them has to be the Sly 2 ending boss fight with Neela, I can never say her name, Neela in Clockwork. I always hate that mission when you're in Carmelita's helicopter and trying to shoot it down. Oh my god, I absolutely hate that. Like, it's so frustrating, and if I could skip it, I would. Another one I dislike as well is in Sly 3 when when is it? Yeah, it's Sly 3 when it's in Flight Fancy. Can't remember what the mission's called or the job is called, but it has to be the one where you're like using the control panels to like stop enemies from coming through, and sometimes like 5 come through at once and you have to really like coordinate yourself and multitask. Not very good at that, so you know, I don't like that mission because I always fail multiple times before doing it. And I will have to say it's the same as well with like the mission I stated before, the one with the boss fight at the end of Sly 2. I hate that. Like, I just found it so unnecessary and really annoying. So I hate those 2 missions with a passion because they're annoying. Next question is of a very similar style. This is from Laurie the Gamer. What missions do you not look forward to when you play Sly 1? I really don't like In the Depths, is that what it's called, in Sly 1, in the first mission, in the first hub world, Raleigh's, yeah, Treasure in the Depths, that's it. I hate doing that. I also really hate the time trial in Ms. Ruby's hub world where you have to get like the tiki torches, and in order to light them all up you've got to run over the piranha fish. Hate that as well. And also another one is in the very last hub world when Murray's driving the van like through Clockwork's thing to like get to the tower, and you have to like shoot all the boulders down and stuff. I always struggled with that. Like, I found those very annoying and they always put me under pressure. I really disliked doing those. Next question is from Gob. I love that name. What is your least favourite upgrade or power up? I'd have to say the alarm clocks. Well, I know they're iconic, but I just found them so pointless. I never used the alarm clocks. Most of the power ups in Sly 1, most of the power ups ever in every Sly game have been kind of pointless and never really had to use them. They're just kind of there for the novelty of it. Some of them like I used quite often, but the alarm clocks one. Whenever like I'd buy a new Sly game when I was young and I'd see the alarm clocks, I'd get so frustrated because I know I'd never use them. They were just for fun and novelty. So, question is from Shrev64. Thoughts on the game being called Sly Raccoon outside the States? Funny that, because my copy of the game is that very version you're talking about. I actually grew up with it like this, so I never knew that the original game was called Sly Cooper and Ethevius Raccoonus until I joined the Sly community. I had no idea. But honestly, no difference. Apparently the word Cooper is bad over here, but yet we still have Mini Cooper. You know, we don't call them mini raccoons over here. I don't understand why Cooper is being blocked out and just being called Sly Raccoon in the UK and like outside. It's usually in Europe. Outside of America, it's just called Sly Raccoon. And I think back then it's because Cooper was an offensive word in the UK. I don't get it either, honestly. But that's funny because in the UK, Sly 4 is called Sly Cooper Thieves in Time, so I don't understand why that was offensive, but there it is. That is my original version, by the way, from when I was a kid. And the final question today is from Cole again. Hypothetically, if the PS5 is backwards compatible and you can play the old Sly games on it, do you think there would still be in need for a new collection or reimagining? I still think they should do a reimagining of the first game, not necessarily Sly 2 and 3 yet, because they're not that old. I mean, Sly 2 will come out in what, 2004? 15 years old, 14 years old, and then there's Sly 3 which came out in 2005, so that's 14 years old. No, so Sly 2 is 15 years old and Sly 3 is 14. Sly 2 on the other hand is 17 years old. They should do a reimagining of Sly 1, that would be really cool. But the other games, not so much. And I think like the PS5 would be like the perfect opportunity for it, because in that time span with the PS5, Sly 1 will turn 20 years old. So I think for like the 20th anniversary, they should do like a reimagining of the game, kind of like what they did with Crash and Spyro. Well, not so much Crash, because Crash's 20th anniversary was in like 2014 and nothing was really done about that. Yet Spyro's 20th anniversary was in 2018, and then Reignited Trilogy come out, ironically and conveniently at the same time. So I think the perfect opportunity would be on PS5, because I assume by 2022 that the PS5 will be a thing. So I think that for Sly's 20th anniversary they should reimagine the first game, or even the trilogy, because even then like Sly 2 and 3 will be getting on a bit, even Sly 4. So Sly 4 will be like 9 years old, so I think like maybe they should like do that. So yeah, okay, so those are all the questions for today. I'm very sorry that my speech has been all over the place. I am so tired, you don't understand. All I've done is work and a nap and sleep, and honestly it's a lot more draining than it sounds, and I just haven't had the energy or motivation to make videos. But I sat down earlier and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna do a Sly Cooper video, so here we are, Cooper Q&A. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, if you want to ask me a Sly Cooper related question, just put down in the comments your Sly Cooper related question and I'll answer it in the next episode of Cooper Q&A. Without further ado, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Goodbye, take care, and stay Sly.